businesses closed. Over 30,000 students are absent from school, and the economy suddenly nosedives in Mecklenburg County, Charlotte, North Carolina area, as citizens and undocumented workers alike huddle in their homes, afraid to be in the city right now. What's up, YouTube? Drill Sergeant here, and I have a story for you. You see, downtown Charlotte, it's usually very active, robust even, and bustling, okay? It's the type of community that is always active. Now it's a ghost town. Over 370 people have been arrested in the past 3 days, mostly undocumented workers with no criminal history. Isn't that a surprise? Even U.S. citizens have been caught up in the arrest and hauled away. Some U.S. citizens have been arrested for standing too close and taking videos of ICE agents. Okay, and they're getting arrested because the ICE agents are going to view that as interference, quote unquote. At least one U.S. citizen has been taken into custody for having brown skin, period, even though he and his white wife were trying to tell the ICE agents he was a citizen. Yeah, this is the story of what's going on there. This is the story of a government who has cracked down on its own people in an authoritarian style takeover to cause fear, mistrust, and unwitting obedience to the ruler, not to the rule of law. It's been 2 days now that same guy that we're talking about, the citizen who just had brown skin and a white wife, he's still not been released. Hundreds of people protested in multiple places in Charlotte. When ICE showed up in Raleigh-Durham area, the organic protest broke out. Broke out like hives everywhere, all over the place. Mecklenburg County held an emergency county board meeting. They adopted a resolution stating that they stand by their Latino neighbors. It's just a statement, though, right? The resolution has no legal motions, nothing binding in it. And they also allow people to voice their opinions in the county board meeting. Most of the comments were regarding the fear that citizens feel inside their own communities. Many called the ICE raids illegal, which they are, citing the targeting of Latinos, but I say also citizens. Some called the ICE raid terrorism, which it is, like I said before, in an effort to make the people fear and give unwitting acceptance to a dear leader. Violence between ICE and protesters has already erupted. One man was arrested when he slammed his car into an ICE minivan. However, most of the protests have been peaceful. About 1,000 people marched through downtown Charlotte on Monday, the first day of the ICE operations in that city. However, many North Carolina residents initially supported the operations in Charlotte, that same city. Yeah, and we're gonna have to talk about that. I don't want to harp on it, but we're gonna talk about it. Many of the same people who voted for their own demise, huh? The same people who I'm willing to go to bat for and fight for now, because it also happens to affect everybody, and it's my oath. We're very, very happy to vote for this so that they could have lifted the ladder up. I know I'm not supposed to talk about that divisive stuff, but I can't help it. I can't help it. The same people thought that it wasn't going to be them. A lot of white women did the same thing. And soon, when the hospitals are gone from your rural area, you'll still find someone else to blame, I'm assuming. I hope that we've learned our lesson. Until then, I'll be resisting. Maybe you can join me. Maybe you can join me. Huh? Even the Latinos with legal status supported arresting and deporting criminals. That's what I'm trying to tell you. But these opinions are quickly changing as they see more and more of their friends, neighbors, even family members arrested. Going after criminals is not what they're doing. Hello. Glad you're awake. Going after criminals is not what they're doing, and it's not what they meant by eating the cats and the dogs. And you knew that when you thought it would only be the Haitians. There's a war going on in North Carolina, and I'm on the side of good and righteousness. And history will remember me fondly. But I will not forget that you thought all the Haitians were criminals as well. Like how they think all of you are criminals because your skin is brown. Wake up. Wake up. They're targeting people with brown skin only. That's the target, like they always have. Wake up. Plain and simple. North Carolina Democrat Governor Josh Stein issued a statement about the ICE raids. Watch the here.
North Carolina Governor Josh Stein reacted to the ICE agents' actions this weekend. Here's what he had to say in a video posted online.
If you know that we have violent criminals in Charlotte who are undocumented, we want them out too. Everyone wants to be safe in their communities. But the actions of too many federal agents are doing the exact opposite in Charlotte. We've seen masked, heavily armed agents in paramilitary garb driving unmarked cars, targeting American citizens based on their skin color, racially profiling and picking up random people in parking lots and off of our sidewalks, going after landscapers simply decorating a Christmas tree in someone's front yard, and entering churches and stores to grab people. This is not making us safer. It's stoking fear and dividing our community.
The governor went on to say, we are a nation of immigrants and our state and this country is stronger because of our immigrant communities. He also says it's time for Congress to take action to fix America's immigration system.
Likewise, Governor Stein wrote a letter to Kristi Noem. His letter voiced concerns about her department, her lack of communication and coordination with law enforcement, doing it on their own, going rogue, just like when she shot her dog by herself. No questions asked with any of the other owners in her family. Governor Stein also asked Secretary Noem about the operations in North Carolina YouTube. He wanted to know the specifics about the operations, like what areas would federal agents be focused on? How many have been arrested? How many have warrants? What's their current immigration status? Do you know? Where are you taking them? What's their criminal history? And as of this recording, no response has been given to Governor Stein's letter. Wake up. Stein has also given several public statements criticizing the ICE raids in North Carolina. Quote, we don't know who these people are. How many of them are in our state? They are just armed masked men in paramilitary garb driving around our city in unmarked cars and snatching people off the streets based on the color of their skin. And yes, I'm going to keep repeating that because maybe you forgot, but the Supreme Court said that that's okay now. Wake up. That's the law now. It's okay to arrest people because they're brown or look illegal. That's why we're out there. It's only a matter of time before you're next. Whoever you are out there that still needs to be woken up, that's still wondering, still on the fence, that still thinks it's going to be all right. It will not. The laws are crumbling. The guardrails have gone. And North Carolina is feeling the heat, and they're fighting back. I love that they're doing that. I just want to make sure we wake up, even after we win this fight. We cannot go back to this kind of divisiveness. We cannot go back to believing that everyone else is a criminal, not me. Black people, 90% of us voted the right way, but the ones who didn't, wake up. Hispanic people, wake up. People of color, marginalized people, wake up. The only reason you believe someone else is doing something, even though in your vicinity you realize that you're not, is because you think you're special. You are not. Huh? Listen, U.S. Representative Deborah Ross, in a fiery speech on the House floor, condemned ICE and CBP operations in Charlotte as having one purpose: sowing fear and intimidation.
Mr. Speaker, I rise today to condemn the Trump administration's deployment of CBP to North Carolina. Since last weekend, North Carolinians watched in horror as masked agents descended on our state, terrorizing communities and abducting people off the streets based on the color of their skin. These immigration raids only serve one purpose: sowing fear and intimidation. If the Republicans cared about fixing our broken immigration system, this wouldn't be the way to do it. If they did, they would work with Democrats to ensure our border is secure, families stay together, and our farms and businesses can get the workers they need. Instead, they refuse to do anything to fix our immigration system for legal immigration. Wake County and our state are welcoming, vibrant places, made stronger by the hardworking immigrants who choose to call our communities home. It is time for federal immigration officers to go home and stop attacking our people. They need to arrest real criminals.
North Carolina Attorney General Jeff Jackson has issued a warning to the citizens about immigration scams that have been reported in Charlotte and Durham. People are now posing as immigration attorneys, giving false information and demanding huge upfront costs for legal advice. North Carolina Senate candidate, former two-term Governor Roy Cooper, who, by the way, is now enjoying a huge lead in polling against their MAGA opponent, posted this statement: "I've prosecuted violent criminals and fought to keep them behind bars, so I know the importance of using federal resources to deport violent criminals and keep our border strong, but randomly sweeping up people based on what they look like, including American citizens and those with no criminal records, risks leaving violent criminals at large while hurting families and the economy." And the point of telling you all of this, showing you all these quotes, is to let you know that there's something boiling up. There's a war in North Carolina, but there's a war for the heart of America, for where we're going to go. And the indecent bastards out there are not stopping. That's why we march. That's why we resist. I'm not asking for any one of you, if you're a person of color, to come out there, do what I did in Washington. It's about solidarity, joining in. Who you're watching, who you're calling, what network are you using to help people. And it's about remembering we can't do this again. People of color, I'm talking to us, talking to you, Latinos. I will vote for Donald Trump. You remember your shit? I ask that you not forget it. I'm not supposed to be talking like this. I know, but I can't help it. You have to prove to us, to the rest of us who've been here in the chains with the boots on our neck, that you care enough and that you don't think you're better than the Haitian who you were happy to see get kicked out, or the other person, the exact same complexion of you, who happens to be living an island below you or above you. Stop using this colonialist, white nationalist control of faux power through assimilation, that you somehow are better than, as long as you deny people who look like you. Stop it. While political drain and the Sons of Liberty and thousands of other people were fighting in D.C. To remove the regime protests, North Carolina citizens were hitting the streets in protest right there. We must remember that together is the only way we beat this and keep it gone. I see you in North Carolina. I see you out there, people, fighting back. And I wanted to make sure that you know that you're seen here. Saturday morning saw more protests in Charlotte. Also confronted ICE agents and Charlotte police on the streets in Charlotte, temporarily suspending their actions by using inflatable frogs. Yes, they have them too. They're not going to allow Portland to be the only ones having the fun out here. Anyway, they also confronted ICE agents in Charlotte and the police and on the streets. And it temporarily suspended their actions by using hilarity, highlighting the ridiculousness of the entire situation. I love that. I love that for you. People that were not protesting were mostly huddling in fear, though, in their homes. This called businesses to close. Businesses to close because of massive absentee workers, much less foot traffic. The long-term economic impact for North Carolina has been estimated to be in the billions in lost revenue for the state. Which reminds me, I just did a live with Sons of Liberty, and we had on Rachel Burns from Iowa running for a state house seat there. And when we asked those questions, what about the healthcare? How do you change minds? She repeatedly tells us that the same people out there say they don't want free healthcare because then the foreigners are going to get it. I'd rather hurt myself, bite my own nose off to ensure that you don't have a nose, to ensure that you don't have what I don't have, rather than I want to have, even if it means you can have it too. Think about that. I hope to God we remember this. Fight, 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 because they will cut off their own nose to spite their face. Get rid of billions to do this again. Solidarity. Remember this day. Remember that fight. I see you, North Carolina. People, Charlotte is an economic powerhouse. This is how much they don't care. Now, it doesn't mean you can't use economic power. Boycotts will work. You see, this one place in one town, they're willing to send you under the bus. Store owners, shop owners, if you voted the wrong way, they don't care. Boycotts work when they're national. When conglomerates, when the people who are standing behind the regime, when he was getting inaugurated and sitting at the tables with the golden plates and forks and knives and the crystal glasses full of wine you haven't heard the name of. That's the ones who you have to hurt, because not even money matters unless you're a billionaire. I just thought I'd add that in there, because even though North Carolina has been rated the #1 state in which to conduct your business year after year after year, they cannot maintain that rating with federal agents acting like Gestapo, terrorizing U.S. citizens, violating civil rights, vandalizing property, and creating chaos that causes an entire downtown area of a major city to become a ghost town, just in order to please an orange cankled maniac, 2 cans of spray tan Sam, who wishes he was Hitler and dreams about it at night while blowing Bubba. What's up, YouTube? Real quick, I'm gonna get right back to the video. I just gotta say, I need an editor. We need a volunteer editor, someone who's good, someone who cares about people and cares about the movement. I'm taking more time doing special operations and more time trying to help Sons of Liberty, as well as everything that we do in real life. And I need an editor just to help me, even if it's just a little bit of time. Just a little bit of time to help us make the difference. I need an editor. Volunteer at politicaldrain@proton.me. politicaldrain.proton.me. All right. Look, this is what fascism looked like, man. All jokes aside, we've seen it in LA, Portland, Chicago, and now Charlotte. This is the same thing. This is the same fight. I see you, North Carolina, and everyone else out there who's just hearing about this. Now you know. It is coming to you next. It's important we know that. It's important that somebody and people out here report on what's happening in North Carolina. They're going hard. It's the same thing that happened in Germany in 1930s. Remember that. It's not hyperbole. And it's an attempt to exert control over the population. This is what fascism looks like. But when this is all over, when we finally purge our government of these psychopaths, there will be accountability. Huh? There will be accountability, and there will be people held responsible. But not just accountability for them. There will be accountability to those of us who voted for this in the POC community. And quite frankly, I'm tired of lumping myself in. Hispanic people, Latino people, do better next time. Yes, I'm talking to you. When this is over, and we require responsibility be taken by the heads of state who did this to you, I require that you take accountability and change how you see yourself in this country and who you think you're better than. Because your brother needed you and you failed him. Your sister and your mother needed you and you failed them. And the people coming across the border who wanted a better life like you did needed you. So now that you're at home huddled, scared, I don't enjoy it one bit. And I'll fight. And they're fighting in North Carolina for you. Remember that when this is over with. Is all I ask. But I see you, North Carolina. Hooray, hurrah. Whoa. Stand up. Keep doing what you're doing. I'll keep reporting on it. Thank you to my correspondents in North Carolina reporting on this for me. Thank you. Just keep standing. Keep writing. I'll keep talking. It's what I do best. And the rest of us, tomorrow, we fight. What's up, YouTube? Right here normally is where I put in the call to action to help us fund the resistance. Helping people move in the shadows so other people can do it in the light. And this time is a little different. We have a family member, guys, that normally the money that we get from Patreon goes to help others as often and as much as we get, we do that. But very rarely do we give that to our own. And right now, one of our own is in dire need of some help. The insulin pump is gone. The insurance companies are fucking her over. And we're calling out to the people who we know, you guys, to maybe donate. Right here is a QR code that'll go directly to her. No one else will even see it. And we thank you for helping us hold up another family member as we keep fighting. We'll hold up the fight. We just ask this time, help her out. Thank you. Hey, yeah, you. Before you click away to watch someone unbox a tactical toothbrush, let's talk about something real. Political Drain isn't just another content mill. We're a digital front in a very real war. Not with bullets, but with ideas, with action, and with solidarity. We pair urgent news with critical education. And we build community around actual resistance, not the hashtag kind. The kind that moves. But here's the thing. None of this is free. It isn't. Behind every video is time, labor, research, and some weird guy asking if we're going to pay the hosting bill. And yeah, some of that money goes to things we can't necessarily say out loud. If you know, you know. Let's just say our special ops aren't Call of Duty LARPers. They're people making real moves to protect, uplift, and organize. You're not just funding a channel. You're funding a resistance network in a world where capital still calls the shots. Unfortunately, in a system built on artificial scarcity, even mutual aid has a price tag. And if we want to grow, if we want to win, we need your help. We need your help. So if you've got even a few bucks to spare, toss it our way. It's not for ads. It's not for merch drops, but for people making moves in the shadows so others can do it in the light. It's just us and you. So fund the mission, fund the fight, fund the future, because nobody's coming to save us. We save each other. That's how this works. Follow us on all these things you see here, and our link tree is in the description. Maybe even get some merch.